Hello students, I am Sir Glenn, your subject teacher. Welcome to General Mathematics Grade 11. We are still in the 7th module, which is all about annuities. Lesson 7.2, we have general annuity. So ano nga bang general annuity? So we have to recall the definition of general annuity. So general annuity, it is an annuity where the length of the payment interval is not the same as the length of the interest compounding period. Ano ang pinagkaiba nito kay simple annuity? Kay simple annuity, yung payment interval ay pareho doon kay compounding period. Like for example, kung ang payment interval ay monthly, yung compounding period ay monthly din. Simple annuity kapag magkapareho yon. But here, in general annuity, hindi magkapareho yung payment interval at ang kanyang compounding period. So kung ang payment interval ay monthly, it's possible na ang compounding period ay semi-annually. Ganyan. So kapag nakita natin na magkaiba yung payment interval at yung compounding period, ito ay example ng general annuity. General ordinary annuity. So it is a general annuity in which the periodic payment is made at the end of the payment interval. Okay? Examples of general annuity. Monthly installment payment of a car, lot, or house with an interest rate that is compounded annually. So as you can see, yung payment interval niya ay monthly, pero yung kanyang compounding period ay annually. So magkaiba yung dalawang yon. So general annuity siya. Paying a debt semi-annually when the interest is compounded monthly. So yung payment interval ay twice a year, every after 6 months, semi-annually, pero yung compounding period ay monthly. Since magkaiba silang dalawa, ibig sabihin, general annuity siya. Okay? So how do we solve the future and present value of a general ordinary annuity? The future value f and present value p of a general ordinary annuity is given by f is equal to r times 1 plus I raised to m minus 1 over I, and p is equal to r times 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative m all over I. So kung papansin niyo, magkapareho lang or parehong formula lang yung ginagamit sa pag-compute ng future at present value kay simple at kay general annuity. Where R is the regular payment, I is the equivalent interest rate per payment interval converted from the interest rate per period, and M is the number of payments. So kung napansin niyo yung I dyan tayo nagkakatalo. So kailangan muna natin i-convert yung interest rate na given kay compounding period to its equivalent interest rate per payment interval. So ma-i-explain ito ng lubusan sa video na ito. So example 1, Chris started to deposit 1,000 pesos monthly in a fund that pays 6% compounded quarterly. How much will be in the fund after 15 years? So ang hinahanap dito ay ang future value, ang value ng fund pagkatapos ng 15 years. Kailangan nating i-identify yung given. So the regular payment, yung value ni R ay 1,000 pesos. Yung payment interval, yung value ni N under payment interval, since ang given dyan ay monthly, ibig sabihin that is 12 times a year. And then yung compounding period niya ay quarterly. So yung value ni N under the compounding period, it is 4 kasi compounded quarterly siya. And then yung interest rate under compounding period ay 6%. And then yung value ni T ay 15. So for the solution, we identify the given. The value of R is 1,000. The value of T is 15. The value of N under payment interval ay 12 kasi monthly yung pagbabayad. Yung value ni N under compounding period ay 4 kasi it is compounded quarterly. And then yung value ni R under compounding period ay 6%. So if we will convert this into its equivalent decimal form, we move the decimal point twice to the left, it will give us 0.06. Okay, tandaan. In problems like this, kailangan nating identify kung alin doon yung value ni N under payment interval, value ni N under compounding period, at value ni R under compounding period. Kasi hinahanap dito, aside from the value of F, kailangan muna nating i-convert yung given na interest rate under compounding period doon sa equivalent interest rate niya under the payment interval. Okay, so we need to find the value of F. So we have two steps here. Una, step 1, convert 6% compounded quarterly to its equivalent interest rate for monthly payment interval. So F sub P, PI, it stands for the future value for the payment interval, is equal to F sub CP, or the future value for the compounding period. So we use the formula in finding the future value in the compound interest. So P times 1 plus R sub PI, or the interest rate under the payment interval, all over N sub PI, or the value of N under the payment interval, raised to N sub PI times T, is equal to P times 1 plus R sub CP, or the interest rate under the compounding period, all over N sub CP, or the value of N under the compounding period, raised to N sub CP times T. So we can divide both sides by P para maalis yung P. So para maalis yung exponent ng T, we extract the roots. So automatically, makancel na yung T. So ang maiiwan ay 1 plus R sub PI divided by N sub PI raised to N sub PI is equal to 1 plus R sub CP all over N sub CP raised to N sub CP. So using that, we now substitute the given. So 1 plus R sub PI, since yan yung hinahanap muna natin, all over N sub PI, or 12 raised to 12, is equal to 1 plus the value of R sub CP is 0.06 all over the value of N sub CP is 4 raised to 4. So para maalis yung 12 na exponent, we extract the roots. So automatically makacancel na yan. So ang may iwan ay 1 plus R sub PI divided by 12 is equal to 1 plus 0.06 all over 4 raised to 4 all over 12. So isa sa mga napag-aralan natin nung junior high school tayo, yung mga radicals, it can be written as fractional exponents. So 12 root, it can be written as 1 all over 12. Moving forward, transposing positive 1, it will give us R sub PI all over 12 is equal to 1 plus 0.06 divided by 4 raised to 1/3 minus 1. So calculating this in any calculator available, we have 1 plus 0.06 all over 4 raised to 1/3 minus 1. It will give us 0.004975 to 1. So hindi na natin i-cross multiply, since ang hinahanap naman dito yung interest rate sa bawat payment interval, which is monthly. Okay, so therefore the interest rate per monthly payment interval is 0.00497521. For the second step, apply the formula in finding the future value of an ordinary annuity using the computed equivalent rate. So using the formula, F is equal to R times 1 plus R sub PI all over N sub PI raised to N sub PI times T minus 1 divided by R sub PI all over N sub PI. So substituting the given, we have R is 1,000 times 1 plus R sub PI all over 12, since ang N sub PI ay 12, raised to N sub PI, which is 12, times the value of D is 15, minus 1, divided by R sub PI all over 12. Alam natin na ang value ng R sub PI divided by 12 ay 0.00497521. So we substitute that doon sa R sub pi all over 12. So calculating what's inside the square bracket in any calculator available, 1 plus 0.00497521 raised to 12 times 15 minus 1 divided by 0.00497521, it will give us 290.082511. So multiplying this with 1,000, it will give us 290,082 pesos and 51 centavos. So our answer is Chris will have 290,082 pesos and 51 centavos in the fund after 15 years. Example 2, a teacher saves 5,000 every 6 months in a bank that pays 0.25% compounded monthly. So how much will be her savings after 10 years? So let's identify the given. The value of R or the regular payment is 5,000. The value of T is 10. The value of N under the payment interval is 2 since ang problem natin yung sinisave ng teacher 5,000 every 6 months. So ibig sabihin sa isang taon, dalawang beses lang siyang magsisave. So every 6 months semi-annually, ang value ng N natin under the payment interval ay 2. Ang value ng ating N under the compounding period ay 12 since ang problem natin, it is compounded monthly. So, 12 siya. And then, ang ating interest rate under the compounding period ay 0.25%. So, for the solution, we identified the given. R is 5,000, T is 10. The value of N under the payment interval is 2 since every 6 months yung pagbabayad ng teacher. Yung value ng N under the compounding period ay 12 since it is compounded monthly. At ang value ng R, yung interest rate under the compounding period ay 0.25%. So we convert this to its equivalent decimal form. We move the decimal point twice to the left. It will give us 0.0025. We need to find the future value after 10 years. So, step 1, we convert 0.25% compounded monthly to its equivalent interest rate for semi-annual payment interval. So, we will just use this formula since ito na yung simplified para hindi na mas mapahaba pa ang ating solution. So, 1 plus R sub pi all over n sub pi raised to n sub pi is equal to 1 plus R sub cp all over n sub cp raised to n sub cp. So substituting the given, we have 1 plus R sub pi all over the value of n sub pi is 2 raised to 2 is equal to 1 plus the value of R sub cp is 0.0025 divided by the value of n sub cp is 12 raised to 12. So, para maalis yung exponent na 2, we extract the root. So, automatically, makakancel na yung square root at yung exponent nung nasa left-hand side. So, ang maiwan na lang ay 1 plus R sub pi divided by 2 is equal to 1 plus 0.0025 divided by 12 raised to 12 all over 2. Again, yung radical symbol, it can be written in terms of fractional exponent. Okay, so square root, ang kanyang equivalent fractional exponent ay 1/2. So simplifying further, we transpose positive 1 to the right. It will give us R sub pi all over 2 is equal to 1 plus 0.0025 all over 12 raised to 12 divided by 2 is 6, then minus 1. So calculating this in any calculator available, 1 plus 0.0025 all over 12 raised to 6 minus 1, it will give us 0.00125063. So therefore, the interest rate per semi-annual payment interval is 0.00125063. For the second step, we apply the formula in finding the future value of an ordinary annuity using the computed equivalent rate. So the formula is F is equal to R times 1 plus R sub pi all over n sub pi raised to n sub pi times t, then minus 1 divided by R sub pi all over n sub pi. Substituting the given, we have the regular payment is 5,000 times 1 plus r sub pi all over 2, which is the value of n sub pi, raised to 2 times 10, which is the value of t, minus 1, divided by r sub pi all over 2, which is the value of n sub pi. So, substituting the value of r sub pi all over 2, yung nakuha natin kanina, we have 1 plus 0.00125063 raised to 2 times 10 is 20, then minus 1 divided by 0.00125063. Calculating what's inside the square bracket, to any calculator available, 1 plus 0.00125063 raised to 20 minus 1 divided by 0.00125063, it will give us 20.2394,123. So multiplying this with 5,000, it will give us 101,197.062. So our answer is the teacher will be able to save 101,197 pesos and 6 centavos after 10 years. For the third example, Ken borrowed an amount of money from Kat. He agrees to pay the principal plus interest by paying 38,973 pesos and 76 centavos each year for 3 years. How much money did he borrow if interest is 8% compounded quarterly? So, from the question, how much money did he borrow? Ibig sabihin, ang hinahanap dito ay ang value ng P or the present value, yung starting amount. So, let's identify the given. The given is the regular payment or the value of R is 38,973 pesos and 76 centavos. The value of T is 3. The value of N under payment interval is 1 since ang pagbabayad naman nito ay minsanan lang sa isang taon. 38,973 pesos and 76 centavos each year. So, once lang per year. So, yung value ni N ay 1. At ang value ni N under the compounding period ay 4 since it is compounded quarterly. At ang value ng R or yung interest rate under the compounding period ay 8%. For the solution, we identify the given or the regular payment is 38,973.76. The value of T is 3. The value of N under the payment interval is 1. The value of N under the compounding period is 4. And the value of the interest rate under the compounding period is 8%. So, converting this to its equivalent decimal form, it will give us 0.08. So we need to find the value of P or the present value. So same process, we use 2 steps. Step 1, convert 8% compounded quarterly to its equivalent interest rate for the annual payment interval. So again, we use this simplified formula. So substituting the given, we have 1 plus r sub pi all over n sub pi is 1 raised to 1 is equal to 1 plus the value of r sub cp is 0.08 all over n sub cp is 4 raised to 4. So, alam naman natin na any number raised to 1 is still that number. So, we can remove the exponent, yung 1 exponent. So, we have 1 plus r sub pi all over 1 is equal to 1 plus 0.08 all over 4 raised to 4. Transposing positive 1 to the right, it will give us r sub pi all over 1 is equal to 1 plus 0.08 all over 4 raised to 4 minus 1. So calculating this in any calculator available, 1 plus 0.08 divided by 4 raised to 4 minus 1, it will give us 0.0824321.6. So therefore, the interest rate per annual payment interval is 0.08243216. For the second step, we apply the formula in finding the present value of an ordinary annuity using the computed equivalent rate. So the formula is P is equal to R times 1 minus 1 plus R sub Pi all over N sub Pi raised to negative N sub Pi times T divided by R sub pi all over N sub pi. Substituting the given, we have the regular payment is 38,973 pesos and 76 centavos times 1 minus 1 plus R sub pi all over the value of N sub pi is 1 minus N sub pi times T is 1 times 3 divided by R sub pi all over 1. So using the result in the previous slide, we substitute that in R sub pi all over 1. It will give us 1 minus 1 plus 0.08243216 raised to negative 3 divided by 0.08243216. So simplifying what's inside the square bracket to any calculator available, we have 1 minus 1 plus 0.08243216 raised to negative 3 divided by 0.08243216. It will give us 2.56582897. So multiplying this with the value of R, it will give us 100,000.002. So our answer is Ken borrowed 100,000 pesos from Kat. Example 4, Mrs. Remoto would like to buy a television set payable for 6 months starting at the end of the month. How much is the cost of the TV set if her monthly payment is 3,000 pesos and interest is 9% compounded semi-annually? So what we're trying to find here is just like in the third example, we are looking for the value of P or the present value. So let's identify the given. We have the value of R or the regular payment is 3,000. The value of T is 6 months. The value of N under the payment interval is 12 since it is a monthly payment. And the value of N under the compounding period is 2 since it is compounded semi-annually. And the value of the interest rate under the compounding period is 9%. For the solution, we identify the given. The value of the regular payment is 3,000. The value of T is 6 months. Since it is given in months, we divide it by 12. So 6 divided by 12 is 0.5. The value of N under the payment interval is 12. Since the payment is monthly, the value of N under the compounding period is 2. Since it is compounded semi-annually. The value of the rate under the compounding period is 9%, so converting this to its equivalent decimal form, it will give us 0.09. So we need to find the value of P, or the present value. So again, we have two steps. Step 1, we convert 9% compounded semi-annually to its equivalent interest rate for the monthly payment interval. So we use the same formula para hindi na mahaba yung video, yung solution. So we have 1 plus R sub pi divided by N sub pi raised to N sub pi is equal to 1 plus R sub Cp all over N sub Cp raised to N sub Cp. Substituting the given, we have 1 plus R sub pi all over the value of N sub pi is 12 raised to 12 is equal to 1 plus 0.09, which is the value of R sub Cp, all over 2, which is the value of N sub Cp raised to 2. So para maalis yung 12, we extract the roots. So we obtain the 12th root of both sides. So automatic na makakancel na yung 12th root doon sa left hand side, pati yung 12 na exponent. So it will give us 1 plus R sub pi all over 12 is equal to 1 plus 0.09 all over 12 raised to 2 all over 12. So again, yung radical pwede siyang i-rewrite as fractional exponent. So transposing positive 1 to the right, it will give us R sub pi all over 12 is equal to 1 plus 0.09 all over 2 raised to 1/6 minus 1. So calculating this in any calculator available, 1 plus 0.09 divided by 2 raised to 1/6 minus 1, it will give us 0.007363 and 12. So therefore, the interest rate per monthly payment interval is 0.00736312. For the second step, We apply the formula in finding the present value of an ordinary annuity using the computed equivalent rate. So P is equal to R times 1 minus 1 plus R sub Pi all over N sub Pi raised to negative N sub Pi times T divided by R sub Pi all over N sub Pi. Substituting the given, the regular payment is 3,000 times 1 minus 1 plus R sub Pi all over 12. 12 is the value of N sub Pi raised to negative 12 times the value of T, which is 0.5, divided by R sub Pi all over 12. Using the value that we obtained in the previous slide, we substitute that doon kay R sub Pi all over 12. It will give us 0.00736312. So calculating what's inside the square bracket to any calculator available, 1 minus 1 plus 0.00736312 raised to negative 6 divided by 0.00736312, it will give us 5.84831698. So multiplying this with the regular payment 3,000, it will give us 17,545.0829. So our answer is the cost of the TV set is 17,545 pesos and 8 centavos. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more updates.